We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So. It takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
She then immediately took her hands away from her mouth and asked a question.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there's a lot of media following this briefing.
You know, by now I'm sure many of you have seen this video, and everybody is at a different place when it comes to this election. The experts, quote-unquote experts, say that we are a country divided.
Commentators immediately blasted the VP, accusing her of being fed questions by aides through an earpiece. Commentator Charlie Kirk said, "Busted. Kamala is heard telling an aide who is feeding her questions that it's a live broadcast. She then asks the question she was presumably given. When you realise what a fraud this woman is, you can't unsee it." And this commentator doubled down, saying, "Pathetic. Kamala Harris just forgot to mute her mic while telling the intern feeding her hurricane questions that it's a live broadcast. If you needed more proof Kamala is merely an incompetent puppet, here it is." The gaffe comes after Kamala Harris was slammed for politicising the hurricane disaster and picking a fight with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis over his response to the crisis.
What I'm trying to make is, as I watch the other candidate, Kamala Harris, you see a lot of gaffes and a lot of things that she does. And it's concerning because if I was voting for that party or that side, it would concern me just the shadiness of some of the things that you see with her. Case in point, this clip I'm going to show you right now.
We really got to watch those areas and those communities. So
if you watch this clip, you see how there's a little shadiness going on. She's literally got her hand over her mouth, not even realizing that her microphone is unmuted, and she's trying to make it known to whoever is in her ear. I'm assuming feeding her the answers, because from what we've seen, she has no answers. And I'm not trying to be critical. I'm trying to be as fair as I can. But I don't understand how anybody cannot see the crazy with everything that's going on just in the last 2 months, with Biden being the president and then basically performing a coup d'etat and putting Kamala Harris in there, who never had a person vote for her, let alone had to drop out of the race in 2020 due to lack of support. So just been a lot of crazy. But what amazes me is how she doesn't seem to have any policies, can't really give a good answer, and she ends up giving the same word salad answers every time anybody asks her a question. If you can find someone that will ask her a legitimate question. Most of the questions are staged, or they've already let her know what the question is going to be before they ask it. And it's pretty obvious to see. Like I like to say, Stevie Wonder could see the games that they're playing. But what's crazy is she puts her hands over her mouth, and you can literally hear her on the audio say, "This is live." So why is there a need to say that? If you're coming up with your own answers, if you're responding like a normal person would, being able to answer the questions, there's clearly somebody listening, and she wanted them to know, oh crap, this is not a taped event where we can go back and fudge it or adjust it or edit it. This is a live event. Did you see anybody else in those 6 panels and the 6 squares on the TV say the same thing? Oh my gosh, this is a live event. You see what I'm saying? There's just a lot of red flags, and it's kind of concerning. But at the same time, I just don't understand why she doesn't have the ability to answer a question. Usually when you don't have the ability to answer a question, it's usually because you don't have an answer. And between the Oprah interview, this interview that I'm talking about here, the one with Stephen Colbert, Dana Bash, all the ones that she has done, which haven't been many, it's always the same responses, the same sugar-coated questions that the reporters ask. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of tired of it, you know? And I'm also tired of, I'm from a middle-class family, and the aspirations and dreams of the Americans. Just the same old stuff. She has nothing. And again, I'm not going to be long-winded here. I just wanted to touch on this. It just bothered me when I saw this clip that she's trying to be sneaky, covering her mouth and saying, hey, this is a live recording. That's just shady all the way around. Anyway, you guys make up your own decisions. Make sure you get out and vote. The one thing I have learned is that God is in control, regardless of what man tries to do or manipulate. God is ultimately in control. I love you guys, and I will check in on the next one. Peace.